When Pastor Libby asked me to speak about giving, I said, sure. As a member of the Finance Committee, I've spoken to my church family several times about giving. Pastor then surprised me by saying, not an appeal for giving, but my personal story of giving. And Pat Mills added, speak from your heart. Wow, that's personal, and that's a lot harder to do. So I spent the next 2 or 3 weeks sifting through many memories. The first that came to mind was the memory of my mom handing my brothers and sisters a quarter every Sunday morning. It doesn't sound like a lot, but with 6 of us, that was $1.50 every week out of a very limited budget. That sent a message to me that giving to the church was important. Another memory was from my years in college on scholarships and loans with very tight funds. My best friend and I would walk off campus each Sunday to attend church services. Not many students had their own car on campus back in those days. No matter how short my money was, I managed to put something in the offering plate. After I married, we moved a lot, and I never established a home church until I moved here to Salina in 1987. With encouragement from Jim and Cindy Lamia, I began attending Church of the Cross and slowly put down roots. My giving continued to be what I had in my wallet that Sunday. I sat through many stewardship campaigns feeling guilty about not signing a pledge card, but the thought of tithing was overwhelming to me. Then one year our pastor spoke about not getting tangled in legalese about tithing, such as whether it's based on gross income or net income, total giving or church giving. And much like our scripture reading in 2 Corinthians, his emphasis was that the important thing was to make your giving a purposeful and deliberate commitment and to prayerfully consider what you could give. My young Sunday school students always had a good time acting out the story of the poor widow, mostly, I think, because they liked the little bags of pennies I would give them to make noise with us. And they would act out, going to the front, making a lot of noise and showing off how much money they were giving at the temple. But the poor widow came forward and quietly gave a single coin. Jesus instructed his disciples that her gift was more important to God because she gave what she could. So, despite feeling somewhat embarrassed by the small amount that I put on my card, I did sign that card and turn it in. Being faithful to that card I had signed helped move my giving from what was left in my wallet on Sunday to giving it a place at the top of my budget. It has become the first check I write each month, and while it didn't bring great monetary riches into my life, I always seemed to have sufficient means as needs, not wants, arose. While I still might not tithe every year, I have been able to slowly increase my gifts to the church and to many of its missions. I never thought that first small pledge could make as much difference to the church, but after serving on Finance Committee, I learned that the budget grows from the basis of what's on those pledge cards. And I learned that no one came forward and made fun of my small gift. In fact, no one ever spoke to me about my commitment card or what I had written on It was a commitment between me and God. Even if one can only make a small weekly pledge, it is a great start to the feeling of commitment to the mission of our church. And I feel like I have moved forward in my giving from that place. Thank you.